Hello, subscribers. This is yours truly, JBlue68, coming to you with yet another video. Before I get into this video, I want to say thank you to my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, for liking, sharing, and commenting. Please continue to do so, and tap the notification bell so you can get more vids like this as I post them immediately. Um, I just want to say I have not been able to film any videos recently because, as many of you know, a lot of winter and ice storms have hit the northern states of our country, and I've been affected. I've had at least 3 power outages over the last 2 weeks due to heavy, severe snow and ice storms. So I've done some shorts videos, but I haven't been able to film any videos. So my apologies. Unfortunately, I can't control the weather, and it's been cold as Hoth outside. Get it? Cold as Hoth. Star Wars fans would know what that means. All right, so yes, so before you uh, is the incredible artwork of Star Wars: The Mandalorian Season 2. And since my power is back up, fortunately, I've finally been able to watch the first 2 episodes of the show. Excuse me, and they are absolutely amazing. A continuation of an amazing, incredible show created by Jon Favreau, of course, and of course with the assistance and help of Mr. Dave Filoni. Um, Season 3, we've had 2 episodes so far. I believe they're going to be a total of 8 or 10 episodes to this season, if I'm correct. And also, we have The Bad Batch, which we're now on episode 12, and also a really good show. I'm impressed by. A lot of revelations have come out of that show recently, but right now we're talking about The Mandalorian, so we're going to stick to that. And I have my Grogu coffee cup, as you see in front of you. All right. Protect, attack, and what does it say on the other side? Snack. And there's actually coffee in here. This is artwork from season 2. I actually did a video on the artwork of season 1 about 2 years ago or a year ago, probably a year ago. And of course, this is a cover which features the character of Din Djarin, played by Pedro Pascal, and Grogu, also known as Baby Yoda. And this is written by Phil Szostak, with a foreword by Doug Chiang, who also worked on the Star Wars prequel trilogy, the artwork of that. So we're going to get into this book, to the artwork of the book here. We're not going to read the foreword. This book cost a total of about $40. And you can actually I found this in Target, believe it or not. But you can order it on Amazon if you're interested. I'm a person who's very much into art. One of the reasons why I collect comic books is because of the artwork in the comic books. I really am a fan of art, sculpts and artwork and all that type of stuff. So anyway, let's just take a look at these pages. I'm not going to show every single page. This is a very thick and heavy book. I'm going to show mainly the more relevant episodes from this book as it relates to the TV show. You see the Mandalorian there. Here's an incredible spread out page of the Mandalorian and Boba Fett confronted by a Tusken Raider tribe. And some of the artwork in this book was used in the TV series. Some of it was not. And I think, like in all television productions as well as motion picture productions, usually the unused artwork would probably be used like the next season, or if it's a movie that has a sequel, in the next sequel. And this, of course, is from Tatooine, very recognizable as you see the twin suns here. And Tatooine has, of course, 2 twin suns, and has also banthas, the mounts that are usually used to get around in the desert, the deserts of Tatooine. And then there's Din Djarin and a Tusken Raider riding on banthas. That is a beautiful layout. I love that. And that skyline there, very nicely done. The paints and colors that are used. Then it shows here the table of contents, forward by Doug Chiang, introduction, who's who, and then it actually gives a layout of all of the different of every of the episodes. We start off with the Marshal, the Passenger, the Harris, which was, of course, a very popular episode, which introduced the live-action version of Bo-Katan, who actually appears in the first 2 episodes of season 3. And man, she is absolutely kick-ass. I love her character. And I love her helmet too. I'm working on getting that helmet. I love her helmet better than I do the helmet of Boba Fett, man. Wow. The design of it and everything. Then next we have The Siege, an episode I believe that was directed by Carl Weathers. The Jedi, which of course introduces the live action version of Ahsoka Tano, Lady Ahsoka, played of course by Rosario Dawson. The Tragedy, The Believer, and then The Rescue, which of course reintroduces Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. All right, and then we have the index and acknowledgments. And then here's the forward here. And again, I'm not going to read all of that at all. And here's Djarin, the Mandalorian again, with a Tusken Raider. Okay. Next up, we have the introduction, and then here is, I believe that's Din Djarin again. And then here's the creature, the crate dragon. It was just, and again, I just love the consistency and the dedication that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau put into the Star Wars stories, where they actually go into the mythology of Star Wars, and into the mind of George Lucas, and introduce and show characters and creatures that we've never seen before, that we've always wanted to see. The Krayt Dragon was actually shown in the very first Star Wars movie, Star Wars, which came out in 1977, which will later be retitled Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, where we see the bones of a Krayt Dragon, the remains of a Krayt Dragon in the deserts of Tatooine, when you have the C-3PO and R2-D2 crash land in their pod, in their escape pod on the planet, and they're looking for Obi-Wan Kenobi. But we actually get to see a live Krayt Dragon in Episode 2, and that scene was entirely, absolutely awesome. That was awesome. Very well done. Let's see, did I miss a page? And then here's the who's who, the creators and writers and people who are involved in the creation of The Mandalorian, including the contributors to this book. But I'm not going to read all those names. But on this page, this page, we see a nice photo backshot of Boba Fett looking grim. We see the back of his head as he's staring into the twin suns in the deserts of Tatooine. This is him without his armor on, of course. He had been wandering around Tatooine for a round as a nomad after he escaped the jaws of the creature on Tatooine. I forgot the name of the freaking creature that he was sucked into during the battle scene in Return of the Jedi. And that's a nice drawing there of Ahsoka Tano. And like I said, I'm going to try to show the more relevant drawings of characters and creatures from this season. There's some sculpts. Actually, there were design sculpts from sculpting that was done of some of the characters from the story. And as I just mentioned, it's just cool to see a lot of the creatures and characters that we've seen like only a fraction of a second in the Star Wars movies. I remember this particular character here. He was shown briefly in the cantina scene in Episode 4, A New Hope. And they actually gave a member of his race a full scene in the opening scene of Season 2 for The Mandalorian, if that makes sense. Okay? If you haven't been watching it, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's a great show. And it's not, when I'm not just saying that just because I'm a Star Wars fan. It's very, very well done. Here's some more character and creature designs. Here's a bouncer, a gangster. You see a Rodian here, a Twi'lek. It says these creatures here are described as alien thugs. They were in the opening scene of, again, Season 2. And then here's a half-naked version of a Gamorrean guard. Very nice. Also one of my favorite characters from Star Wars. And I love these sculpts here, these busts that were done, you know, of the Gamorrean. Okay, let's keep it moving here. Let's see, I just want to flip through some pages again to show you the more relevant parts of the artwork. Here's a nice spread out here. I believe that is, I don't know, this remains of something. Or it looks like a crash-landed ship or something. All right, again, this book is thick and heavy, so I'm hoping that you can see all of this. This was really cool right here, too. This is, I think, Boba Fett or Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, riding on some type of speeder. And if you really notice the designs of the speeder are actually designs of Anakin Skywalker's pod racer from Star Wars Episode 1 of Phantom Menace. Again, I think it's very genius to be able to reuse and use ideas, also to bring back old concepts and concept designs from the previous films that were done. And that is a nice dedication, I think, to Anakin Skywalker, a throwback to Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I thought that was very cool to drop that in there like that. And then, of course, here's some more creatures here from the season. Some more page layouts, concepts, and designs. And again, these are all drawings. And if you watch the series, they actually show some of the concept designs at the end credit of each episode. Not every photo, but certainly some. Okay. All right, so this kind of, okay, so here, this is it, yeah, and right here is the scene that I was describing, the bones of the crate dragon. This scene right here, in this particular, this right here, shows the bones of the crate dragon, which is exactly how it was seen in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. And then here are different concepts of the crate dragon, of how they actually wanted it to look, and how it was realized in The Mandalorian. Yeah, very nice there. It's just cool to actually see a live version of The Mandalorian. I just hope we get to finally see what a Womp Rat looks like. I think they've actually showed Womp Rats, but they just haven't called them Womp Rats, but yeah. And there's a similar scene, well, I don't want to give it away, but in The Mandalorian Season 3, if you haven't seen the opening scene for that, man, it's absolutely amazing. And the CG effects are so cool, so very cool. All right, so here are more creature designs. This is a bantha, I think it is, yeah. And whatever that thing is right there, it looks like a giant centipede or millipede. Okay, just gonna, I'm gonna skip through some things. Oh, here is a nice drawing. This is from The Passenger. Here are nice concept drawings of Din Djarin's ship, the Razor Crest. That's really nice right there. Let's see. And then, if you can recall, for those who've watched the show, this particular creature right here looks like looks like Kermit the Frog or something. The little froggy creature who Din Djarin was trying to help her get to a planet, and she had the little sack of eggs, which were her embryos or her babies. If I'm saying that correctly. More artwork. Oh man. Okay, let me do this here. I'm gonna have to, excuse me. Okay, there we go. So put that back down there. Okay, there we go. I'm about to get something, buy something where I can get some get a holder when I have books like this for this size that I can actually show the spread out of the book a little bit better. And here's some nice concept drawings from the fight scene or chase scene that took place in the film and in this TV show. I mean, the X-wing fighters chasing Din Djarin and his ship. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. More nice artwork here. Little spider creatures that were attacking him, and these spider creatures were actually created by, I think, was it Joe Johnston or Ralph McQuarrie for Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. They were originally supposed to appear in the Empire Strikes Back, but never did. And again, like I said, I love how they have reused concepts, you know, and that were imagined and created but never used. And they've done that with both seasons, I might say, as well as doing that with the Star Wars, the Clone Wars, and Star Wars Rebels. I love that. That's just really, really, really nice. And then we get into some artwork from the one of my favorite episodes called The Heiress. Katie Sackhoff's character, Bo-Katan, and it looks just like her. Katie Sackhoff, if you can see her right there, who definitely has, to me, taken ownership of this character, and I really love that. She's truly dedicated to the character. She voiced the character in Star Wars Clone Wars and in Star Wars Rebels, and to actually see her play that role, which she has done very, very well. And then here's a concept design of Cara Dune, who was supposed to be in the series before she was ousted due to some comments and some controversy, and unfortunately did not appear in this, or will not be in season 3. She was in season 2. But they did mention her. They mentioned her character. I will say that, and I'm glad to hear, you know, the possibility of her returning. You know, you can say certain things nowadays that can just ruin your career, which in some cases I could see being necessary, but in other cases unnecessary. But that's political talk, and I don't want to get into that in this video, and certainly not on this channel. Not that much anyway. Here's Carl Weathers' character, Grief Karga. Nice concept designs for his character. Really, really liking that. And then these panels right here. That's the word I was trying to say when I was looking at the other pages. Panels. Okay. You hear those noisy birds outside, man. Oh, God, they are really freaking annoying. But nothing I can do about that. And then we get into more concept designs of the Imperial, what's left of the Imperial Navy, Moff Gideon ship. Of course, as he's on his search for Grogu. Dig that. You hear those noisy ass birds, man? Oh my God. Excuse my language, but man. And then here's, I think, everyone's favorite episode out of season 2, The Jedi, which introduces or reintroduces Ahsoka Tano. There she is right there. And her confrontation with this woman, I forgot the character's name. Yeah. This is a cool scene right here as they prepare to do battle. Okay, let's see. All right, let's move along here. More cool concept character designs. I'm doing the best I can here to turn these pages and keep this book in some type of order. Dig that, man. Those are really, really nice designs. Almost looks like they almost look like samurai warriors, so to speak, the way they're dressed. I think that was the intention. Okay, let's move along here. I'm just going to skip past a lot of more pages. I'll show this, and then we'll get to the very end The Rescue, which is the episode which starred Mark Hamill returning as the infamous Luke Skywalker. But look at that right there. Just amazing. We're going to skip past the tragedy and skip past this other episode, and we'll get to very fine. Oh, here's something I want to show here. Here's a nice drawing of Giancarlo Esposito's character, Moff Gideon, right there, as you can see. And let's see here. Okay. I'm trying to get to the very end. The Rescue. Let's see. So, of course, this is the episode where, or concept drawings of the episode where, they confront Moff Gideon and Luke Skywalker appears. But they actually didn't show Luke Skywalker in this book. They didn't show him in this book because, to my understanding, they didn't really want to reveal that Luke Skywalker was supposed to be the Jedi that would appear. Instead, they wanted to they misled the crew, the cast and crew, mainly the cast, and said that they were going to use Jedi and Master Plo Koon, and here he is. Although I would love to see Plo Koon return, but I think Plo Koon died in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. But so yeah, they don't actually show Luke Skywalker in here, unfortunately. But we know that if you watch the season 2, that he actually does appear, and he rescues Grogu from the Imperial Warlord, Moff Gideon. And then here's concept designs from the Book of Boba Fett, a show which I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. And then here's baby Grogu with a R2 unit. Again, they purposely misled people because they didn't want to reveal, the entire story and plot of what was going on. That the Jedi was supposed to be Plo Koon, and then we see another R2 unit, in this particular scene. But of course, it ends up being Luke Skywalker and R2-D2. So that's pretty much it. I skipped past a lot of pages, again, because I wanted to kind of get through this. I wanted this video to only be about between 15 and 25 minutes anyway. If I showed all the pages, it probably would be about an hour, and I don't want to bore you guys. Not too many people are into art or to artwork nowadays, but if you if you read and collect comic books, of course, I'm sure you certainly are. So I don't expect this video to get too many views. If you are a fan of the Mandalorian, if you love artwork and the behind the scenes type things, like I like to see the behind the scenes, the production and creation of certain TV shows and movies that I really enjoy. There's a very, very nice drawing of Ahsoka Tano that is absolutely beautiful. So that's it. That's all, y'all. The art of season 2, The Mandalorian, and again, season 3 is out on Disney Plus now. There are 2 episodes into the series. Episode 3 comes out, of course, next Wednesday. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Again, tap the notification bell so you get more videos like this as I post them immediately. This is the way.